Okay, we ready to do this thing?
Yep.
Here we go.
9.
39.
9.
39.
9.
Here we go.
9.
Now, the greatest story never told.
With Aloysius and Larry.
9. 39 episodes deep.
I thought we were changing our name to Aloysius and Larry for the 39th episode.
I'm Aloysius.
I'm Larry, and everybody dreams of the 39th episode where you get to change your name.
This is such a big milestone for us. You have no idea. When we first came up with the idea of this podcast, we've been thinking about it for probably at least 4 years. And Steve said to me, we're in a bar, he's like, man, if we can just make it to episode number 39, we will be frickin' gold.
And we'll be Aloysius and Larry. Yeah. And Frank, we wrote it down. It became a roadmap. But said, like, man, just 39. Aloysius and Larry. When you can be Aloysius and Larry, you're gold.
Guess what, guys? We're going to wrap this up. So if you
this is taking longer to explain than what it is
but
we're
you
explaining.
Know what? There's a lot of steps involved. I mean, we're encapsulating a few years here, 3 years. So it's not like we're trying to get it all done real quick, but we're trying to highlight what happened to us as far as our syndication attempt and how that failed miserably. Before we get there, a couple of emails. This is from a guy in Rochester. Just know that 96.5 WCMF, that was our first affiliate.
And it was the station I grew up listening to when I determined I wanted to do music. Hello, Rochester.
And we did very well there.
Very well.
Believe it or not, one of the higher-ups in the company, Michael Doyle, big fan of the show. His family loved the show. He lives in Rochester.
Oh, they live there. Right.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great guy in the company. He was a champion of us. We did well for WCMF. A couple different program directors. We stayed on the air there. We have still people emailing in like this listener here, and he says, "Hey man, just finished listening to the greatest story never told, Syndication 2 podcast. I am from Rochester, and you are honestly the best radio personalities in this town." He didn't know we were taking off the air there.
Yeah.
Brother Wheeze is, I guess I'm not going to say his comments. That would be the competitive station in Rochester. I don't know, with the classic rock station. Here's what happens in radio.
This is true. This is very true.
We do our thing here, right? And then when they decide that we're not hip and cool enough, we move on to the next stage of the game. So like where Bob Rivers went to KZOK or maybe, I don't know who else, Robin and Maine. I don't know the history. But either way, they pass you on to the next stage of the game, so to speak.
Which is classic rock.
Yeah, exactly.
And here's the thing. And what's funny
love classic rock.
I love classic rock. I listen to a lot of classic rock. And at one point, before I understood radio, I thought, man, oh, man, I hear the same jocks for 30 years. And they're like, right, because you heard them when you were young on the station like KISW. Yeah. And we get it. I mean, that is your career.
We understand how it works. Like,
See you, Ted.
See you, Ted. We know, the path to being put 6 feet in the ground by the industry.
Yeah.
And it's a pretty common path.
When you go to the nursing home, you know what's next.
So when you go to KZOK, they put you in the nursing home, all right? And it's not that it's a bad station, but you just know
they're a great station.
That you're
it doesn't matter
so
who's there.
old that the only people that you can relate to are the people that are still listening to Steely Dan.
And
I love Steely Dan.
You've stopped using language that younger people could possibly.
Exactly.
Look, earlier today, I'm talking about TikTok. My kids are on TikTok. The only reason I know TikTok, and I said tic-tac. I mean, tic-tac.
We get it.
And I got called out instantly, and I'm like, okay, teeth are getting long. I get it.
Exactly. Like, we do the best we can. Everyone does. Try to make a good product. But either way, he says, Kimberly and Beck are now fired. I think they were an afternoon team that said some actually horrendous stuff.
Oh, those, yeah.
And we don't like that either. When we read that stuff about radio personalities, keep in mind, we're all in radio, and as far as the media aspect of it all goes, we don't like that either. We don't like negative stuff on us, man. We're just trying to come in here and have fun and do a show. So that does not
we are.
That does not reflect well on us, but they did their thing. Let's see here. Long story short, this is your time to get all 4 live hours on in Rochester. Too late for that.
It's not, man.
P.S. I know all you guys tend to know each other. Do you know Bill Moran from here in Rochester? I don't think we do.
I didn't. I tried,
He's the most like you guys, and I feel the only Rochester radio person that would light up with you guys.
I think he might be in jail.
Okay. So Liquor and Horse. But, Kevin, thanks for the nice email. So, like anything else, you don't even know that your show's not on until like 7 weeks later when you flip it on at that point in time and you realize it's gone. Because that's kind of the way we digest
this is a radio
personally.
thing, and this is very true. In TV, if they cancel the show, it's a big thing, right? we have canceled, and they make it a thing. Radio, for whatever reason, radio does what it does, but it sucked enough when you knew you had to cancel syndication, but we're like, man, it's not so much that. It is that because personally, professionally, that hurts you, but we also know, even if you only have 18 fans, only one of them finds out what's happened at a time.
Sure.
So you'd say, Rochester, this is what happened. 2 hours later, fan number 2 of 18, hey, man, what happened? Like, okay,
And-
guys, this is what happened. An hour later, fan 3, and just like, oh, God, but we have to do it for all these markets. So, like, we went on the air, and you have to understand this. When something is personal to you and you do a job like we do where it's public, we tend to be very honest about it. There's no other reason not to be, right? So
But honesty is sometimes problematic.
It's not that. You'll explain it, and you have this big moment, and whether you know this or not, man, certain things we talk about, it's very emotional to us. You keep it together, but this is a deep thing. This is something really important. So we had this show, and we talked about it for a week in advance. This is the day. We're going to tell people syndication's ended because for us, it feels like failure. It does. And people can tell us anything they want. It's not that. We understand. From our perspective, it feels like failure. You feel like you let people down, and it weighs on
You did, because you did.
But because
You
we
did.
did.
You did.
I never minced
I
words with
did,
that.
you did, Mike did, Ted did, Robin
Well,
did, we all did.
Mike-
Well, we failed Robin more.
No, Mike most of all. So the thing fails, and we say, look, we're going to go in there. We're going to be honest about it. And you say it, and you do feel better, right? You feel better. You got it off your chest. And then 3 days later, oh, my God, guys, I just heard what happened. Like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You never want to revisit it. That is the problem,
No,
right?
you kind of turn and burn on this stuff. Another email, unofficial official sponsor. We don't know even if the company is sending this stuff out on other websites and whatever. Some people maybe pick up our podcast.
I have no idea.
I don't know either. But we're asking you to sponsor it. It used to be in California, Southern California. Our major sponsor was Astroglide.
Yes.
I'm not sure if that still holds true.
No, I stand by Astroglide. What you guys do is God's work.
Yeah.
Actually, it's the exact opposite
and,
of that.
And in Pacific Northwest here, we have a new sponsor. We
Glacier
heard.
Glide.
It is basically it's a seasoning bottle, and the bottle has no seasoning in it. And if you want to try the traditional Pacific Northwest seasoning of any food, you buy an empty bottle of spices. So apparently they're one of the sponsors too.
You take a hand cup of air and throw it at your food.
God damn.
Sorry.
So here's a sponsor we got unofficially.
Oh, okay.
Ola Bicholos. Please see my screenshot below for the unofficial sponsor. Greatest story never told. $20. You guys are awesome, supporting a great cause. Keep up the great work. That from McIntyre Services LLC.
Mike,
my
thank
first
you.
startup company. McIntyre. That's from Kyle. I've been in Seattle from Cleveland. Go Browns. F. Art Modell. No offense, for 3 years now. Glad I found your radio program. Kyle, thank you so much for that donation. Also know that we were, and I know you're going to say, F. Art Modell. We got the Ravens out of that deal, so we're going to think about a little bit differently about that. But David Modell was actually a very good human being to us. Anyway.
He liked what we liked.
Yeah. Let's see here. It's just finished episode 3, your syndication cancellation. Can't say how sorry I am that it did not work out. The fact of your one live station blew everything up just sucks. And it was not of your doing, just makes it worse. You have the only show I listen to in Seattle, and I hope
We're
you guys
fine.
are here to stay.
We're fine.
Yeah,
Don't-
we are. And maybe-
I appreciate that sentiment so much. So many
that's,
people have sent that. We're okay.
that's-
We're fine.
that's from my buddy Scott. And
Oh,
he-
Scott, you son of a bitch! You owe me $20.
So when we last left you, we had secured a deal in San Diego. This went horribly wrong.
Yes, not for anything we did.
And we were devastated. I mean, we were devastated because this was out of our hands. So at this point in time, the company that we are affiliated with to do our syndication, they also have another radio group of stations with a different company name.
Mm-hmm.
At this point in time, they launch a different radio show to compete with us in syndication. So at the time, we're losing a few stations because they're going to put their own programming on. Understandable, like any other
Wait,
any
is
other
the
company.
drummer dude?
Yes.
Oh, pfft, man, there's not competition with that.
Well,
It's not competition.
It didn't
They
matter.
want to put his ass on. He sucks. He
It didn't
knows
matter. It didn't.
Whatever.
It did not matter.
Right.
I mean,
There's no
It didn't
competition.
matter.
You beat who you
so,
play.
But we do get this opportunity.
Period.
So we're like, oh God, like our own syndication company is putting up a show to try to sell opposite of us. This is not good. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm okay with that. You still got to be good.
You
Brother,
still gotta
you're going
be-
to play me in the
well,
Super Bowl, you lose the Super Bowl.
well, this guy's still
That's it.
syndicated, so we lost. Either way,
You're right. I'm trying to make myself feel better.
I know. Me too. Thank you for that. I need you as a counselor. I'll give you, here's $125. So, go back a little bit in time. We're on the station called the Fox in San Jose. Now, the Fox is one of our original stations in the company. When our radio company picked up a bunch of different CBS stations, there is a law that says you can only own so many stations per market. I mean, it's an FCC thing to keep, monopolies from happening and you just getting information from one place. One of the things they had to do when that acquisition took place was divest one of the radio stations in San Jose and sell that to another company so they would be in the parameters
Right.
of. So they sold the wrong station, first of all, did our company. Because
In our
the
opinion, folks,
station's still top 3. Our company doesn't have a top 3 station in that market. They sold the wrong one. Either way. So this guy comes up named Tim Jeffries, right? He is the
Excellent
program
man.
director for
K-Fox.
K-Fox, yes, in San Jose. We've been through so many stations, it's hard to remember.
It does get hard.
Home of the San Jose Sharks. He is doing a vacation. He stops up here. We are number 1 in San Jose, believe it or not, ratings-wise.
Oh,
We're killing San Jose.
it.
For some reason, San Jose loves us. And despite what you know as a Seattle Sounders fan, the people in San Jose liked us.
Now, wait,
Where
I will
still
say
don't like
this.
Earthquake. I hate the Earthquake fans.
As a
But I will
Sounders
say-
fan, it did take me some time because the people I meet from San Jose are Sharks fans. They come to our stadium and they it's not about rooting for the opposition. I understand that. I give you that. Support your team. They're different. They come up looking for confrontation, right? But we go to San Jose, and the people in San Jose enjoy the
Love
art
it.
that we are trying to put forward.
Okay.
Truly, deeply, passionately, and consistently. And few things. I don't care who you are. Think about that one dish that you make, right? Whatever it is you can cook, even if you suck as a
You
cook.
know you're going to nail it.
If you make good Jello shots, the one thing is when people come to your home, you've never met them, you give them the Jello shots, you know they're going to love them. San Jose was kind of like that, where we were like, well, the cities are very different, the vibe's very different, but for whatever reason, man, they are digging our Jello shots, and all we want to do at this particular party in life, we're serving up the Jello shots.
So he's going on vacation like Canada, going to check out some stuff, and he stops by because he wants to meet us, talk to us. What can we all do together? How do we make this work? This is going really well. Tim goes on vacation. He goes up to Canada and explores British Columbia, blah, blah, blah. He gives us all these San Jose Shark signs. We do all these pictures because we are in San Jose.
Yeah.
This is the one market besides Seattle that likes us. Okay, cool. We never hear from Tim again. Every once in a while, he'll check in on Twitter and say, like, that album he put on that night sucked. But other than that, I never heard from him again. Then they get a new program director. And like anything else, the program director is the boss of that entity, right? So initially you think to yourself, oh my God, we are going to lose this affiliate because they brought someone else in. The company has now sold the radio station to a different company. The station they sold, the company that bought it is a very conservative radio station. In comes this guy named Brian, right? Brian is a veteran programmer. He loves our show. We are
Loves
doing
it.
great. And we are like, oh my God, the greatest case scenarios happen. We have someone who loved us as a boss who, for whatever reason, we don't know, they let him go. They brought in someone else. And this guy actually loves us maybe even more.
And we're in a major market, and a lot of it's ratings and all that. Make no mistake, but we're killing it. We're beating the living hell out of anyone else against us. But understand, again, this is my Super Bowl. If you're playing against me, I'm going to beat your ass. Period.
So he determines, like, look, these guys are good. They are so good that here in San Jose, they should put us on live. This is the smart move.
Now, again,
this guy
understand.
is an intelligent program. Like, I'm not
But-
just
but
saying
again,
that.
understand-
This is a smart program director
But
radio.
in syndication, being live is the thing.
Thanks,
That
Big.
is the juice. More than anything, real time. I can talk to people. They're going to want to talk to us. Bam, and he calls us to let us know, hey, man, I heard your show. I really like it. It's all email. We say, man, that is fantastic. I talked to the brass, the new company that has bought the station. I told them, man, these guys do so well, and I enjoy the show personally. We should put them on live. And we said, man, please do. He said, all I have to do, the company is 100% behind this. They just need to hear a snippet of the show to get an idea.
And to give you an idea, the company is Bonneville, and they are a great company to work with. Everyone that I know who's worked for Bonneville has had a great experience as far as the basic necessities of having a job. We're talking health insurance.
Don't care.
All these decent things as
I
far
want
as
one
your
thing from
salary,
them.
your compensation,
Good for them.
your personal mental health. They
Yeah.
have all the stuff lined up.
And have good taste.
But they are also owned by the Mormon Church. Just understand that. So this guy, Brian, he says, I want to put the show on, and he throws it, because they want to hear the show, to the Mormon Church to listen to. At this point in time, we find out that we've been taken off of the radio station.
Right. We're not even on
Can
anymore.
we listen to a snippet of this? And then from that point in time, not only were we not the number one station at night and on at night, but we were completely taken off this platform. Keep in mind that radio station still is head and shoulders above any other station in our company right now. They spun the wrong station off completely.
But I would
But
just
that's
say
not
that.
on us.
But I give Bonneville credit because they
should.
stay true to their mission statement. And based on their mission statement, we should not be a show that's on the airwaves. For that, I will always forgive them. I respect that. Just don't give them money because they made it clear they don't want it. I'm okay with that. I am all right with that. L.A. bugs me more than San Diego bugs me more than San Jose. But I give San Jose credit because this company stuck by what it said it is about.
This
and
is
even
who
though
they
I don't
are.
agree with it, at least you know. And
Yeah,
they're here in
and
Seattle as well, and
we
they're
understand.
fine. They're fine.
I've seen sheets from people who work at Bonneville. Again, a great company. And I'm saying a great company knowing that we're blackballed. We're blacklisted. We'll never get a job with them based on what they heard. So it doesn't matter. But they treat their employees well. As Steve said, they stand behind what they do.
That's all you
They're
can
a great
ask.
company. And
That's all
you
you can
know,
ask.
like if you go work for Fox News TV, whether you agree with it one side or the other, you know what you're getting. If you go work for CNN,
You know what you're walking into, sure.
It would not be crazy if we were big, huge Trump supporters to go try to get a job at CNN and they go, nah.
Right. That's not what they're about.
That's not their game. Same thing happens here. We go from going to being the number one show in San Jose through two program directors who love us to having the opportunity to work live in afternoon in San Jose, which it's a crazy market, but most of that echoes into the San Francisco market. It's geographical. There's a lot of challenges there, a lot of mountains.
None of that matters. It's this. I will respect Bonneville. Bonneville, look, they stick by their guns. And,
They do.
and it sounds ridiculous, but I'm like, look, I'm not happy we lost the opportunity, which essentially ended our syndication career. But I respect the fact that the statement you made is the statement you stand by. There are other companies that do not, and they've proven that.
Yeah.
That's where my bitterness.
So we get to this point, and then basically what happens is we are no longer on the radio station. So we've lost another chance to be live.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, it kind of just all dried up.
Yeah, it dried up, it ended, it died, and the dream that you have to get into this industry, we're going to syndicate. We did. Then it dries up. But here we are, man. Here's the beauty of it. Still
We
kicking.
still have jobs.
It just makes me angry. It just makes me mad.
Yeah.
So now, no offense if you work on another radio show in this market, I'm here to kick your ass. It is not personal. I want you to do well, but I am angry, and I'm bringing hell with me, which I can't remember. Tombstone? I think Tombstone, that line was used. Yeah, but yeah, the hell's coming with me,
also-
and it's not your fault, but the party's over.
But if you're in radio anywhere, no matter what you do, go kick ass, man. Do whatever you can. Like don't let anybody else's story like unfulfill your dreams. Like you go for it, man. And then you see what happens. And then sometimes it works out. Sometimes it
does
doesn't.
or it doesn't. But
Yeah.
stay true to the medium, baby.
Yeah, man. Exactly.
This is our medium.
look,
this is what we do. And look, you win some, you lose some, but in the end, you might. Who's the guy with the big beard who plays quarterback for every team? Fitzpatrick. I feel like we're Fitzpatrick. Bro, listen.
No way.
I'm going to play for years. When you put me in, I'm good. Maybe I just can't sustain it. I can live with that.
Yeah,
I can live with that.
we're good. We're good, man. And if you do have that Jonesing to get in the radio, don't do it, man. This is a great medium. This is a great
It's
place
the
to
best.
be. Circumstantially, it's not the easiest ball game to play in all the time.
But that's how you know you're good.
You got to go and play ball, man. You got to give it your best shot. So I know that's probably anticlimactic. Because of it, though, unfortunately,
we lost. This would be like watching the Hoosiers, knowing that the Hoosiers lost the game,
and we lost Robin out of it. So the whole deal,
we did. That one hurts.
So here we are, and we'll just wrap it up with that.
You've been listening to The Greatest Story Never Told with Miles and Thrill on radio.com.
Oh, man! A Double Flush production.